Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good night, good night, good night, good night. Welcome to another episode of our Meals podcast. As you know, I'm your host of Voice. Wonderful Sunday. The Green Bay Packers won tonight, so I'm extremely happy. The Miami Dolphins won tour. So I'm really elated. We have a packed house tonight. See some faces that we haven't seen in about a year or two. So without further ado, let me go ahead and let me introduce everyone who is here tonight. We have the guy who decided he's going to dye his beard. He's going to come with a new look tonight. Vinny, how you doing, boss?
I'm doing great, bro. Giving thanks.
Nice to see you, boss. Nice to see you. And then we have Anna. Hi, Anna. How you doing?
Hi everyone. I'm fine.
All right, nice to see you, Anna. I haven't seen you in a long time, but it's very nice to see you tonight.
Thank you.
And then we have Mr. Ryan. How you doing,
Blessings,
boss?
everybody. Hope all is well in this wonderful rainy Sunday.
I'm going to ask him about the hurricane, and then last but definitely not least, the female that would definitely eat any food that I cook, Miss Charmaine and Miss Charms. How you doing, Charms?
Hi.
All right. So you guys are down there in Jamaica. Yeah, she say Vincent dress up the broom to backside. Him dye it up, man. Him color it up. But I heard that a tropical storm. I think the name was Ian or something like that. Tropical storm was going on out there, or was supposed to come. What's the latest?
Where but it forgot gone.
Also, Jamaica wasn't affected.
Yeah, just some rain.
Oh, just some rain. Okay.
Last early this morning and throughout the day.
No, those who have kids, I know the kids was praying for no school. Who don't want to go work was praying for no work. But Ian had other ideas. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about, right? And Ryan gave me some topics. Jamaica wicked dog, even the storm fear of the country. Totally agree. But Ryan gave me some topics, but before I touch on the topic, there's a couple of things that I want to talk about or ask really. I don't know how much of you guys really watch sports like that, but there was a Boston Celtics coach where he got suspended for a year because he had a consensual relationship at work, and there's a lot of speculations going on. But I really want to ask you guys what you guys really think about relationships at the workplace. Do you think that there should be laws to prevent people from having relationships, or do you think that everybody for themselves, everybody are big people? Who cares? Do you think that it should be reported to HR? I just really and truly want to get your thoughts. And Vincent, because I know you're close to the situation because you watch NBA and stuff, I'll start with you, right? What do you think about work? Oh, hi, Wooden Spoon.
Wooden Spoon. You see Vincent color the beard for you.
Vincent color the
beard. Are you making do it enough?
Why is it up for your wooden?
But boy, you like older men, so
you
things
like
get older than now.
Yeah, you see it.
All right, so Vinny, I want to start with you, right? What do you think about workplace relationships? Do you think that these things should be declared? Do you think that we should stay away from it? I know you're from the old school time, so I don't know what happened back in those days, but if you can tell us.
Back in those days. No, but workplace relationship is a given. I don't know if it is something that you can outlaw. People have a right to make the decision or choose or do what they want to do. People have a right to consent. So I don't think there's anything wrong with workplace relationship. In fact, in every workplace you go, you have persons you have husband and wife that work in workplaces, and most of the time is meet they would have met each other at the workplace and gotten married. So there's nothing wrong with workplace. It's just that different workplace, different work area will have rules that govern in terms of workplace relationship. I know off the bat for most workplace they tend to probably want to stay away from the relationship where it is between the boss and a staff, a supervisor, a manager, and a staff, because they believe that that can lead to some form of abuse. So sometimes they don't like that type of relationship. But it happened, always happened. I don't think there's anything that is going to stop that from persons that are working. I know where I am working presently. If two members of staff happen to be in a relationship and get married, and they are in the same division, then one of them they have to transfer one out. No two husband and wife cannot work in the same unit. You understand? Based on where I work, I know that's a rule that we have. So and I've seen at least 2 or 3 times where persons in the same unit got married, and all they just move one of the individual to a different unit, and stuff like that. So I don't have a problem. I don't see a problem with workplace relationship. Yes, it can create some problem, but hey, relationship on a whole create problem anywhere anyway. I don't think it's work that makes a difference. As long as they do have abuse when it comes down to management and then lower staff, and the truth is that happen. I have had the opportunity to talk to a number of young ladies, and even some of these men that we see on TV who are in certain position, there's a lot of abuse that takes place with staff. If you hear some female says you want me into the private sector, even in the private sector, you'd be surprised. But as I say, you'll always have workplace relationship. I don't think it is a problem as long as it is managed, and then different organization will have different rules around it, and then you just obey that.
Okay. Anna, what do you think, Anna? Give us some light. What do you think about workplace relationships? Do you think it's something that you endorse, something that you like? Hell no.
Okay, so each company has their policies, and you just have to respect it. That's the first thing. You may not be entirely too drawn to it, but if that's what it is, then that's what it is. I think, as one of our panelists had said, to each his own. If you're into that kind of thing, no problem. If you're not, also no problem. But I think sometimes why workplaces really decide to go against it is that persons tend not to separate their work from their personal business. And then things can get really messy and it pulls right over into the whole flow of productivity. And you don't want that kind of cascade. So I understand why they do say for some companies, hey, no dating within the company. But if some companies allow it, hopefully persons will use their discretion and make sure that they don't allow their dirty laundry to be aired.
All right. So Charms. So Anna is saying that workplace have their rules and regulations. Well, let me ask you. You go in a workplace, obviously, I think we get attracted by familiarity. We see somebody every day, we talk to them every day, we realize, damn, me and this person are like, we sit down and we eat lunch and you get to like someone, right? Would you, personally, would you allow a workplace to prevent you from finding your quote unquote Prince Charming? Would you allow the rules and the regulations, or would you try to keep it down here?
Um, huh. Worship relationships. It's not my thing, but to answer your question, I think you have to. So I'm assuming when you're being hired, you're told everything. You sign a contract. You agree to the terms and conditions or whatever. So you have to follow. So if it is that for some strange reason, um, I happen to like somebody that I work with, I think I'd keep it on a down low. Until I guess if it gets to a certain point of marriage or whatever, then the decision would be one of us would probably have to go somewhere else. if it gets to that point. But I would pursue the whole thing and keep it. I hope. And but the problem is sometimes you can't either, because some people are overly emotional. So you have a little argument last night, and you're supposed to be working on a project, and you come and you huff and you puff and you have attitude, and it makes things awkward. So I guess that's why some of the workplaces they'll do that. But if it's two people who understand the situation and want it to work, then it can work. But again, it's not my
But
thing.
Charles, what I also think is that where workplace relationships are concerned, I believe, let's say for example, me and you work at the same place, and me and you do, and it is kind of known, so we attack. But let's say I come to work upset that day, but it has nothing to do with you, nothing at all to do with you. I find that working in an environment like that, they automatically attach it to you. Yeah man, yeah
True.
man, yeah man. Them argue last night, Yeah
That's
man, them have a
true.
big, yeah man, them have a big fight last night. So I think, and I'm going to get to Ryan, because Ryan working in a different workplace and this and that. So I would like to get his thoughts on it before I share mine and wooden spoon. Ryan, what do you think?
All right. In my work experience, what I've seen is that, especially in the financial sector, the recommendation is for staff members not to be involved. However, what I've seen is that they can't stop you, but they recommend that you don't get involved. But what I've seen is that if it reach a stage where they start to have children or they're married or whatever, they will move you from one department to the other, or more than likely from not the department, from one branch to the other branch. So one of the couple have to go somewhere else, go work. So that is normally what they do in the financial sector. Um, Also, where I'm at now, in the retail sector, they do the same thing, because I know of a situation recently where they moved one from Westmoreland to Mobay because of that same reason. So they normally move them around. However, what they try harder to not have is for managers and line staff to fraternize. They really don't want that, because it can become a power play from the managers to the staff, or the staff themselves can try to use it as a tool to against the managers. So they really don't want line staff and managers to fraternize. But
But
outside of that, they can't really stop it, except for the line staff manager part, because that can become very tricky, especially sexual harassment can come into play, and you know that already when that happens. So it's really the manager and the line staff they try to go heavily against, as opposed to regular staff members fraternizing. But the recommendation is for it not to happen, though.
okay, wooden spoon. Can you add any light? Can you shed any light on the topic where workplace? What do you think? What are your thoughts on it?
Um, for me, it's like as long as it doesn't affect work, right? If you're able to, if you both know that you're emotionally stable to the point where you can separate work from, your relationship, then yeah, I'm all for it. Definitely what Ryan was speaking about, the whole manager thing. I've never seen that ended well regarding a subordinate associating with a manager. It's never usually end well. It's definitely a power play on the manager's part, and reaping whatever benefits because of status, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, I've never seen a I've never seen a relationship not affect work, between co-workers. But I think it's possible. I've never seen it, but I think it's possible.
And Michelle is saying the issue for employers is not so much the lovey-dovey relationship phase, but the messy breakup that could happen and the bitterness, vindictiveness that could ensue. Well, I agree. But what I'll say is, where consenting adults are concerned, and I know workplace can make them rules, and I know rules are rules, and etc. etc. But again, I am a sucker for love. I believe love is a beautiful thing, and it will be hard to have a workplace to stop me from quote unquote meeting my wife. Whether the wife be a manager, a director, a subordinate, whatever the case may be. right? If it's something, if it's an avenue that I believe is worth venturing, then I'll go ahead and venture it. Obviously, you try to keep it down low and you try to keep it private. What I would think that companies would do would say, okay, we don't agree with the relationship. But if it affects work one time, then you're dismissed, you're gone. If you put in a stipulation like that, then I can deal with that. But to say outright no, no relationship or nothing like that, or I don't really like that because again, I just think love. I think love is very amazing, and I think that people should go out there and try and find their soulmates and so.
But then voice,
Uh huh.
why should it be that because I'm dating somebody in the office and let's say a situation arises with the person and we have an issue and it affect work that I am fired, yet still you have other persons, they're not dating somebody in the office and them have issues in them relationship and it affect work too.
Yeah, but
I mean, I mean,
well, that's the thing. That's the thing in a video because in this lifetime we can't cross every T and that every I. We can't.
well,
We just
true,
can't.
true, well, true,
Right.
true.
So then there are certain things that we can attack, and there are certain things we just have to live with, right? Because
True.
again, if someone come from their relationship at home, we can know for sure if that relationship cause it could be a bunch of things. But then if you and Anna married and the two of them come and work, on a eat lunch today, back turn to each other on the screw up, no talking, not go on, Anna start par with one youth where we know like her from Wapikill Philip, and then you start par with one woman over this one. And so hold on.
No
How are
man,
we?
but Kems, remember it get worse than that. Now remember the situation in Mandeville. It is Master where the guy shoot the girl and kill her in the lunchroom because she was talking this other guy. I think it's
Mhm.
down Manchester. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
down that
remember
side.
they were together and then
Mhm.
them say he set up her house or whatever the situation may have been, but then she was hugging and talking to this guy and him just take out him gun and shoot her in the room where all of them sit down. You understand? That was a workplace relationship that went
But then it
real bad.
was it was but it was said that that man was married.
And he
Yeah.
was married. You understand? So,
Yes,
and you see,
Yep.
yes, he was
those are, you
married.
see, and those are really the ones a workplace have a problem with. But the truth is, you're not going to stop them things. There's nothing that going to stop people from meeting each other and being with each other. Nothing. It doesn't even matter how much
That
glue you
is
put
that
on.
is true,
Yeah.
Vinny. That is true, and that is why they put the policies in place because persons won't be able to use their common or capital sense, or to use their discretion. So they just say no, no in my place because that same bang bang business might end up coming into their place, and they don't want that. So since persons don't know how to behave materially, we just say no. We just do it for them.
That's fair. All right. So we're going to attack one of Ryan questions now. That's why I bring on the females because I want to hear the females' input, especially these three females that we have on. Um, so I'll start with you, Charms. So the question is, how do you feel about your partner questioning your spending? Right? Whether it be you can put it as your husband or your fiance or your boyfriend. But how do you feel they're questioning your spending? Why are you spending on this Tory birch? Why are you buying this run away down there? Bridgets. This what the next thing I'm seeing now coming out, the Telfar bag. Why is it that you're buying this Telfar bag? How do you feel about your partner questioning your spending? Where is there a conversation that needs to be have about spending, or are your money you spend it? Can you tell us?
Well, of course, for any relationship, that the spending conversation is needed. It, some some people spend harder than others, so you'd have to come to an agreement in terms of budgeting and how much to save and all of that. So that is important. I love to buy nice things. I like buying things. So if I am doing everything that we agreed to, if I'm budgeting or if I am saving, so if it is that we're going to save $100,000 per month, and I save my 100 and I pay the bills and I'm doing this, then I work hard. If I'm working, I work hard, and if I want to treat myself to something, I don't think that should be an issue, as long as we're I have done all the things that we've agreed to and I'm doing it. I don't see why you should question me Why do I need it if it's so
Wow.
expensive? I work
So
for it.
Charms, okay. So let's say the standard is okay. You save $100 a month, right? But then now you have so much money overflow. Instead of saving 100, you can now save 400, 500. So whatever the goal is, it can be accomplished quickly. So I'm gonna say, babes, listen. I know you like this Michael Kors watch and thing, but I just want you to ease up a little bit. I want you to ease up a little bit for this year because we have a goal for it. Can you question it? Can you say, hey, let all of the money come to my account and then the spending goes through me?
I'm sorry. All of what money? All of what? All of
Huh?
the money goes to his account?
Yeah, and because it seems like because you like nice things so much. So what he can do, all of the money come to him and he gives you an allowance.
Eh? No, sweetie. No, no, darling. No, 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 no.
Huh?
No. Allowance? No.
What?
I'm sorry. No, not that wouldn't work for me at all. That would not work for me. We stick to the agreement that we have. My money goes to my account, and we may have a joint account, and we say, all right, this is what we're going to put in the joint account. You have your account, I have mine. We have a joint account. We use the joint account for whatever we agree to. Budgeting, of course, that's why we have a goal to meet. And if I know I can, if we agree to 100 and I can do 400, I'm going to do 400. But I don't. If I feel like I want something nice, if I feel like I want a Movado watch this month after how much months of saving, and I decide that okay, I've done all I'm supposed to do and I want this watch. I don't want you to sit down and say, oh, but the watch cost $70,000. Did I not do what I was supposed to do?
Oh, okay,
And
all
no,
right.
you cannot
Okay.
get my money and give me an allowance. I'm a grown woman. I'm a big woman.
So Irie, I'm gonna read it. Irie FM. I'm gonna read your comment in a second, right? But Charm, so I want to ask, right? So I want to ask, So let's say now you pay your $70,000 for your Movado watch and thing, but now it come back now full circle. So you need some money from this guy now. So you run low 1 month. And you need some money now, and then him come and say, well, babes, last 2 months, when I was telling you to calm down, you run go buy a Movado watch and thing now, so I'm not going to give you any additional money. Would that cause any friction in the relationship, or will you be able to understand that it is fair?
I mean, it's his money. If him don't want to give me the money, him don't want to give me the money. It's up to him how he wants us to get along after that.
Okay, so friction.
Oh,
I'm just saying. You're gonna say, oh, because I treated myself to something. And listen, I'm not talking about buying something every single month now. I'm talking about you buy yourself something maybe for just one time for the year, or maybe two. You buy yourself something. Why can't I? You have some man them cheap, so it don't matter. But you listen, him would have prefer go down a Miss Chin, go buy one a Miss Chin, watch them, and by the time you touch the screen, it crack. That would work for him. So nice things that would last, he won't agree to it. So him gonna tell after I treat myself to something, and if I want a little extra, you're gonna tell me, say, oh, remember me to tell about the watch where you buy the one watch I'm gonna buy for the year, we're gonna have a big problem. It's up, as I said, it's up to him.
okay.
There can be him can choose peace and can choose war. It's up to him. I don't know. I'm just saying.
So God go with your chance, because the man definitely now go. So let me go up and
Then him
read.
can look one.
So Michelle is saying, in a relationship, just like how accountability is expected in other areas, financial accountability is also important. I totally agree. And before I get to the other panelists, let me say this, guys. When I was in high school, probably, obviously, my mother used to give me money, so I just used to spend wild. When you start earning your own money, you start realize the true value of money and how it comes and how it goes, right? Financial quote unquote security is very big for me. How a woman manage her finances is very big for me. Red flag, deal breaker, all them kind of things. So And I'm not saying you can't treat yourself, and I'm not saying you can't do all of that, right? But again, and not you, Charles, but just in general, you have some ladies out there. Every month them treat themselves. Every month them treat themselves, and then the following month is they must stretch out them answer. They must stretch out them answer to the man, and I say hey, and then it cause some friction. So for me, the spending thing, I may control the spending. So anybody out there who is partially interested or interested in me, all the money come to my account, right? We have 3 accounts. All the money, I'm saying this, all, not half, not quarter, not 3/4. Listen, again, when we make that step, yes, Charles, make up a face or whatever. When we make that step to say, okay, we are going to get married, all the money come to my account, and I give allowance to, okay, show me your miscellaneous, show me the little frilly them where you want, and then I'll go ahead and I'll provide you with the cash. Because again, if you listen, all right, I remember in school.
Read the screen.
Listen, I remember there was this saying in school, where the teachers normally say, if you can't do it yourself, I will do it for you. Right? So that go with me from prep school come all the way up. So that is what I'm taking. If you can't manage your finances yourself, then I have to take it into my own hands and do it myself. So that is what I'm going to do. When you can beat me, bash me, whatever after, but that is a standard, and that is what's going to happen. Ryan, go ahead, boss.
Yes, sir. So here's my thing. Me have my account, she have her account, but we have a joint account. The joint account is to take care of the household bills, or if we are save for something, if we are save for a house, car, whatever it is, it go through that. I me not stay like you, so rigid for a woman money. Fair money, she enjoy herself or she want enjoy herself with her money. Me enjoy myself or me want enjoy myself with my money. But if it is we are saving for something, then we are saving for something, and I expect her to be accountable. Simple as that for me.
Okay. All right, that's fair. Vinny, a man that has been there, done that. I know you're free to tell me, say, your Kems are foolish, you see attack. I have no problem.
No,
Right?
boss, I won't. To each their own. I don't know. Probably I am one of those persons who probably is not the most financial prudent person. I think I need to be a little bit better with my finances. The truth is, my philosophy in life probably also guides how I deal with my finances. So I am one of those persons who believe in living and living now. So I do stuff. I go places. That's my enjoyment. So I mean, yeah, you're trying to have some form of financial security for later, but just like I said to somebody the other day, Queen Elizabeth owned the most diamonds in the world. And now she has gone. What has she taken with her? Absolutely nothing. So my philosophy in this life, I enjoy myself, boss. And when it comes on to, and a woman money is a woman money. I guess probably look on life a particular way. A woman money is a woman money. As a man, I know the responsibility that I have. I take care of the responsibility that I have. Get you a great daddy. I take care of the responsibility that I have. If we are safe for something, yes. But your money. If you want to buy, if you want to spend, your money. I'm not going to get involved by your money. I'm not getting involved in our woman money. Your money. Both of we have the responsibility. We know what is it that we need to do. And yes, there may be time where, and even if you spend your money and something come up and you need something, it's not a problem. Your money. So I guess
so if you spend her money and it done and something come up, you give her some more money to spend.
If I have money, I give her. If I have none, well, babes, it go. You understand? but I mean, it's not like I go have it and she need it and then I say, no, I'm not give you a no, that don't make no sense. You understand? The truth is, even though a woman money is her money, when we are married, if she's making decisions, so there are decisions that she may be making, maybe whether she may be, there may be a financial decision that she's going to make, that may have long-lasting impact. Certainly, I will have an input. And say probably no, you can't do that, or yes, you can do this, or you understand. So you will have input into those financial decisions that can come back to you as the man who's the head of the household. But otherwise, from that, you can buy one bag, one shoes, one you think, man. Can't get involved in them thing there.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Anna, let me hear you. We're spending this concern. Can your boyfriend, your fiance, can he have an input that you listen to? Okay. Anna say 1 second. Wooden spoon, run it by me. No, you unruly already, so I'm very interested to hear what you're going to say. Take it off of mute though.
All right, so I'm very financially savvy. I know that I set a budget every month and I will not go over that budget. So yes, I have my spoil me budget that I treat myself every month because I do work really hard. So yeah, I'm one of those that budget for that as well. Um, I won't put myself in a position where because I treat myself every month, I'll meet up in a rut later on. No. Um, do I believe that a partner can speak to me regarding my spending? Yeah. Yeah. If you think that it's a genuine concern, then share the concern, right? Um, I can explain to you that there's nothing to worry about, of course, because as I said, I will not spend over my means and I plan certain things. So savings will always be savings. Me time will always be me time. The budget is there, so I don't think I'll be going over. I spend my budget per month.
Okay. All right. So I guess I am the only person on this limb where, But again, I'm sorry, Raggy is not here tonight because Raggy was the first one who told us that his now wife is the one who collect all the money and give him an allowance month time and and all that stuff. And I have no inherited that, and I am the one who is issuing out. And Charms, you're looking, you're lucky off the market. You're looking because I got teach you to spend too much Telfar bagging, too much. What the thing Bridget's down there, too much Tory Burch. I see new thing coming out every time, too much Fashion Nova. Now it's Sheen is the big thing. On a cart full of Sheen stuff, $200, $300, $400 stuff. $100 a month for clothes, $50 a month for footwear, and then we take it from there. All right. So now, and since we're on the money topic, I want to, move on, right? So yesterday I got myself a nice little pedicure. A nice little pedicure woman rubbed on my feet, rubbed on my toes. I have really nice toes. I'll show you guys later. All right, but I have really nice
Right,
toes.
okay. We take your word for it.
And I just want to ask a woman, right? I want to ask a woman first and then the men, right? Because, a lot of times women expect men to pay for their nails, pay for their hair, pay for this, pay for that, right? So I want to ask, you woman, what does it take or what would it take for you to, for me, right? I'm going to tell you my expenses where the hair is concerned. So my hair costs like $75 for the zeal. My toes them cost $35, so that's $110. Then my haircut and my eyebrows cost $50, right? So that's $160. So I am expecting, and this I'm putting it out there for the woman who is listening, who's watching. So $160 is what I would need on my dresser, in my Zelle, in my cash app per month in order for maintenance, right? So Charms, I'm starting with you. Is that something that you can do for your boyfriend, can do for your person? Every month you put aside a certain money out of the paycheck where you're keeping in your account to make sure your boyfriend and team is well groomed and good. Go ahead, Charms. Take yourself off of mute and go and elaborate, please.
I- it's something I can do for him when I feel like doing it or when I think I just want to treat him. But my my hair and my nails, my facial, it's not. I don't expect him to give me money for it every month. It's not that I'm saying he needs to leave money and put aside money for my self care. My self-care is my responsibility. If he wants to treat me now and again, I have no problem. But I don't expect him to put it down every month. Just like how I don't think I'm going to take that on to say every month I'm going to pay for my man to go get his hair and his nails and his whatever done. No. I'll do it when I feel like doing it, but I'm not going to say I'm going to put that aside for him because I don't expect him to do that. Or your self care is your responsibility. Your partner can treat you when they want to treat you. That's just me. So no, I'm not gonna say I'm going to budget for that every month.
All right, Anna, you ready to talk now?
I'm in agreement with Charmaine. Self care is your responsibility. If it's a case wherein the individual wants to treat you every now and then, no problem with that. But to say that you're going to take up that and it has to be mandatory, it's going to cause an issue. If it's a case wherein your person is in a difficult bind and you see wherein they have been, carrying on that mantle in taking care of themselves and making sure that whatever it is in their house, the needs have been met, you can help them out until they get back on their feet. But otherwise, from that, able bodied and you can earn some money, that is your responsibility.
Okay. Wooden spoon.
I think we're all singing the same song here. Yeah, not a mandatory thing, unless, of course, as Anna mentioned, maybe he's a bit, in a bad spot, and you like to see him upkeep his appearance. So you just okay, let me do this until he gets back
So
on
so
his feet.
wooden spoon. I don't mean to cut you, but yeah, I mean to cut you. Why is it that the man have to be in a bad spot in order for us to do nice gestures? Well, listen, men don't wait until you women in a bad spot to do
That's not
nice
what
We
she's
gestures.
never said
saying. That's
that.
not what
None
she's
of us
saying.
said that. We
She
said that we
she
will do
said
it.
No, she said we're
However,
all on the same page here. I remember I said to you, if you feel like doing it, if you want to treat your man, if you just, just want to do something nice. And she said we're all on the same page here. So she's not saying that if it's when he's at a low point. That's not what she's saying.
I
I'm
don't know
saying
where.
that the low point is okay. Say for example, you this is something you do every month, right?
Yep,
This is
absolutely.
not now my bill where I do it every month. Of course, sometimes I'll be like, I see because I'm always online. As women, we know different discounts for different places. So I'll be like, okay, this is nice. I know that he likes to do his toes. There's this new salon over there. They're having a discount. Let me book it and just say, babe, you know, that salon is offering you know, manicures, pedicures, and massage, or something like that. I booked it for you. Are you available? XYZ, XYZ. But is it that I'm going to do it every single month? No, unless you are not able to and you're someone that likes to upkeep it. If I can, then definitely, yeah, I'm going to do it until you get back on your feet. You can start doing it, monthly again for yourself.
Okay, so for you three ladies, is it an expectation when you women are in a relationship for your men to do it? Even are you guys looking for it? Are you guys looking for? Let me see if you're gonna help me with me here this man. Let me see if you're
No,
gonna help
I'm
me with
not
me.
looking. No, I'm not looking for it. I'm not looking for it. That's what I've stated before. I'm not looking for it. But if I end up in a pickle, you come and you say, make sure some maintain myself. You know, I get no riff raff kind of looking girl beside of you. I mean, common sense, common courtesy, because we are an extension of each other in this relationship. You should want to at least say, okay, honey, here's something, go and fix up your hair, whatever. Right? But no, I'm not gonna expect you to take on that. It's like asking you to give me money to buy my monthly sanitary pads when I know that is my responsibility.
Okay. All right, so
I
let me
mean,
get
if
to
the
the
man
next.
wants to spoil me, he can spoil me, but yeah.
All right, so just quick question before I get to the main. Do men get extra points in your book when he spoils you? Does he get extra points? Does he get booster or on look on him like a little punk?
Of course, you can get extra
Extra
brownie
points.
Just to get
points.
extra points. Enough
Ah,
You
too,
get
Yeah,
extra everything.
right?
yeah,
mm,
yeah.
this conversation going. What is extra everything? Mm.
Everything. Not come off for a table. Everything.
Oh, okay. Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
Run it by me. Um, you know, as we see here now, well groomed, looking handsome, looking nice, beard and goatee, mustache and goatee, looking good. All right, I'm
Yes,
not saying
sir.
I'm admiring you, but you're looking good, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel about your woman giving you money for your upkeep? How do you feel about that?
It's not something that I'd expect every month, but it would be nice if it happens every now and again. You know,
What
as
is
men,
now
we
and
know
again? What is on a 12-month basis? Tell me what is now one time out of the year?
two, three, maybe. I mean, no, I mean, me could be honest. As men, we not expect to get things that regularly. So when we do get it, we appreciate it.
Right, we can't
So,
separate this so quick.
huh?
I it raise the standard, brother. That's why we as men feel like crap. Raise the standard. Alright, for example, Zane.
No, no, no. But
Hold
for
on,
real
bro.
though, I
Watch
mean,
it.
2 or 3 times not bad.
That is very bad. Let me tell you why. A man like me, Zane, almost every week me have to say Baba. As a matter of fact, every week me have to go Baba. Why? Me grow fast. So I tell me say 2 or 3 times out
No,
of
that
what?
is you.
50 a
You go
week.
barb every week. Me go barb every 2 week.
Yeah, but either way, cut that down 20 a week. So 3 times out of 20, then you satisfied with that.
No, but Levan, you have to
Your
understand too.
responsibility.
We're only talking about this aspect of it. There are other aspects that you can
No,
contribute
this
to.
we are talking
So
about, bro.
this way,
Yeah,
listen,
that's
Raise
I
it,
am.
yeah,
raise the standard.
and for this, I'm okay with 2 and 3
All right.
for the
So,
year. But there
all
are
right.
other things. There are other things she can ask. She can give for
Okay.
But for this one, yeah, I'm going to 2 or 3 times.
What I'll say, and before I get to let Ryan finish and Vinny talk, right? What I'll say is that I agree with Levon. You know, I'm not going to say women aren't the prize, because they are, but so are we, right? And I think when we settle for the little, like, all right, so you say you go barber every 2 weeks, right? So that's our what? 24 times for the year.
Hmm.
And out of the 24 times for the year, she can only manage to do it 3 times, unacceptable. For
Because
me,
it is your upkeep, it is not her responsibility. So what you mean is she can only
listen,
manage to do
if
it
you
3 times. It
appreciate
is not
me,
her Barbara. So she
Charms,
must do yours and she must do hers too.
so
What are you
men have
talking
been
about?
doing this for years. Men have been doing this for
Because they
decades.
choose to. Because you choose to. I don't
No,
choose to do it.
but then if we don't do
They
it,
choose to.
they will get all kind of treatment after that. Silent
Oh,
treatment,
you
no
because of
public
the type of
treatment,
women, and again, it boils down to the type of women that you talk to. I
and
don't, I
again,
don't go
it's
around
not
expecting anybody to do my hair and my
and
nails, or and I don't. I do it myself. So when you're
All
going
right.
to
So let me
say
reverse the
race
question to the
standard, it's
women.
not her responsibility. It is
Let me
yours.
re- let me reverse the question to the women that Kems asked. Charmaine, how often would you consider is good enough for the man to contribute to your upkeep in terms of your hair, nails, whatever it is?
Whenever he feels like, if he feels like doing it, because before him, I was doing it. After him, I'm going to
So
be doing it.
if it don't happen, you're cool with it.
I'm cool with it. We're in a relationship, so I'm expecting that he's going
Okay,
to
good. So back to
do
my
things
question
in
then.
terms of, no, not do the hair and the nails, But as you know, for me, and talking about my man being the head of the household, I expect that my man is going to take care of me certain ways financially. You understand me? So if you're doing, I don't expect to you don't have to offer to do my, if you offer to do it, that's nice, cool, no problem, you save me some money. But if you don't, it's not a big deal for me, because I'm going to do it anyway. It does not matter to me. If you
it's
never ever offer, it's not a problem. If
any
you offer,
And no
I
man, I
do
believe you though.
lovely, because it's my responsibility.
she,
I don't believe her either.
Me not
funny,
believe
Levon.
her.
You don't believe
funny,
me?
funny,
No.
I wish I could.
Levon,
If
funny,
I could bring
Levon,
somebody here right now, can attest to it. I've never asked for money for
funny,
upkeep,
Levon, she's
never,
actually telling
and
the
I
truth.
don't sit and I don't expect it, because before my partner, I was doing it. During the relationship, I've been doing it. After, I'm going to be doing it. It is not his responsibility. I have no issues if he is. If I can be honest with you, I've only been it probably one time, and I had just mentioned that, oh, wow, my toes need to be done. And he's like, oh, I know when women say the toes needs to be done, what that means. And he paid for it. Outside of that, he's never offered, because he gives me, cheddar. So I just to do whatever I want with it. I don't expect him to offer. He don't even have to offer. That is just my thing. So I don't like, you're gonna say race standard to go barber every week. Then you're
Well,
here.
Well,
It's your beard, it's not mine.
well, so
Yeah, but you don't want to have nothing crappy looking man in front of you. So of
And
course, man
I
have to
don't,
try
and
to
that's
sort
why
this
he
out.
needs to take care of himself, just like how I need to take care of myself. Keep up yourself, and I keep up myself. If I
so
want,
what?
and as I said, I don't have a problem treating my partner. So if I feel like, okay, babe, here, I'm gonna treat you today, I'm gonna treat you, but don't have any expectations because I don't go to the barber.
So what I'll say, right, Levon, what I'll say, in defense of Charmaine, she's actually telling the truth. Unfortunately, she's actually telling the truth, right? However, let me tell you something. Any woman I'm talking to,
So
I
let's
have my
translate your
calendar.
woman though.
Like since 2019 to present, I have my calendar. And on my calendar, it tells you the week when we do my hair, the week when we do my toes, the week when we go barber. Right? So now you have a full 1 year calendar for know. So okay, well, all right, we can contribute this week. Because again, women have been the prize for years and men have been devaluing themselves for years. Now, I am the prize. I am the prize
And you for treat
just as
yourself as
much
the prize,
as she is the
That's
though.
what I'm
prize.
saying.
And you for
I'm
treat
the
yourself
prize.
as
I
the prize,
present
though.
myself as the
The only
prize.
person who should be doing that is you. I don't understand why you're putting your responsibility on someone else's.
Right, to
You're
keep
making
you
it
the prize.
mandatory.
No.
It's because of the bad habit of men in the past. Because they spoil the women then feel entitled to it. So
No,
now
hold
we
on
have to
there.
choose
Stop
So
different.
hold
blaming
on there,
women.
Levon. So
The
you
choices
saying
are yours.
spoiling women because you give them money for do them ear one time and for do them nails one time, but
Not
that's
one
called
time. That's
spoiling?
what I'm saying. Men don't do it one time. Men do it right around the calendar.
Most
Men
men
have
don't do it at all.
no.
Most men do not do it at all. And when they do it, just like Kemar, them jump and say, yo, them need to be trophy too.
Yeah,
And they
and
make it
you're
one
supposed
big
to do it.
deal.
Listen,
You're supposed
what?
to
On a
do it.
walking around
I
No,
am the
behaving like on a
prize. You are the
treating
prize.
people nicely,
I
but
take
most
care of.
times you
Yes.
don't.
no, do not say most. Do not say most men and most
It's
times
most times
because that
and
is not
most
a fact.
men.
The fact is, men from Wapikin Phillip until now have had a standing order for women hair, nails. Some are pay for school and all them things. So let us not
That's
come
a
here.
lie.
What?
It's no standing order. You're
You
making it
choose to do it.
mandatory. It's their free will. They choose
You
to do
choose
it.
to do it, and then because you
So
choose
if
to do it
you
now, you're
want to
angry
stand in
about it.
that gap
No,
and do it perpetually, that's your business.
that is your business.
Women have
Let me
cornered.
tell you, Anna, that is how they catch the women. You understand me? So when they want
Yeah.
them, you meet them, oh babes, you want some 30 or whatever inch Brazilian, go do your hair. Go get them French nails or whatever it is.
And
You
they
want a
can't keep up.
Tory, you want a
They
Louis, and
start
that
with
is
it.
how
For
them present
true.
themselves, you know.
So
Then
you're
no,
you're you're
when it,
making
you
our
know when
point.
it's you see what sweet you sour you,
And
that is where we're
cannot
at
keep
now.
Yeah.
up.
Because when you
But,
start
Stop,
you started it
stop
like that, so then
starting your
you feel
lines
but
like
Anna,
entitled.
that.
Right. If you come
but
and you
Anna,
offer Brazilian,
Mm?
and this month you offer Brazilian and next month you change it and you give her how much length you move from
Anna,
54 to 30
after you
feet,
get the catch, why do you
she's
need
going
to
to expect
continue
it.
like that?
I'm sorry?
No, Anna,
That's
so
the
when they don't
lifestyle. That's
maintain
the
it. So I'm
lifestyle you
saying to you,
come with.
no, you say you don't. No, but that is your expectation. The man
No, no,
job
no,
is to
no.
get
It's not
you.
my
Hold on,
expectation.
no,
No, no,
listen,
no.
no, listen, no,
That's not
listen,
my
no.
expectation. It's what you've
No,
presented to me.
exactly to get you. I know him get you. Him no need to continue to do the same thing over and over.
Then that is deceptive. That is
It's not.
deceptive. Don't
It
start
is
with it
not.
in the beginning.
It is not.
Don't start with it in the
Then
beginning.
if him
As
not
And
I
do
that is
that,
said,
the
him
when you
gonna get
start with
downfall
out.
it,
with many
so that's
of you
when you
men.
start
You
it like
come
you
and
see,
present this facade
right.
of financial
And that's what a
stability
lot
when
of
you
men,
know your
I
pocket not
agree.
there, so.
You
Well,
start and you start giving her all these expensive things and sending her to the
Yeah.
spa every
So
month.
you're
And
skewed.
after that, she expects it because that's
in the
how you started it.
well,
If
well,
you
well,
just started like
Charms.
a normal human being, just like how
Well,
she has started, I
well,
guarantee
hold
you
on,
will be in
Charms.
that
In
position.
the word, in the words of the great Adija Palmer, what did he say? When you book her, tell her you have Carol when you have no Carol. So listen, what
Him
happens
can
here,
say that
Charms?
because him have few shillings in him pocket. What can you say? Eh? What
Well,
can
me,
you say?
I
I'm
can't
going to
say
tell you a
nothing.
story, a quick story. One man see me on the road. Him slow down. As him say hi, I roll my eyes. I was not in the mood. By the time I reach which palm for reach, him corner me round there. I don't know if he genuinely wanted to buy something round there, but lo and behold, at the two-way run at the back of the line. And then the man gonna come and tell me say him have a slew of business. Him have this year business where him rent yacht, this year business where him do party, that the business, that the business. automatically in my head, that means that you not have no business, because you have too many things that go on for you, and you not master one thing. Me coming on my line now, for say me I buy what me I buy, him decides that him want to buy me food. I said I don't want anything to eat. He's surprised by that. Then him itch up behind of me now. Me order when me order, ready to pay. Oh, don't, I will pay for you. The man struggled to find the money where I him I go use to buy him like a food just
That
to
is fair.
impress me,
Wait,
So,
Manet went out.
right?
Manet went out
And
for
then
about
he's going
5
to
seconds.
scoff.
what
Manet
is
went
it?
out for about 5 seconds.
What is it you ordered that the man couldn't afford? What you order, son?
No. I went to buy my own stuff. He decided that he's adamant about paying. Me never asked him to.
No.
And
Yeah, I get that.
my tally was $300 and odd dollars. And that alone you gotta take? Excuse me? You could
Hold on.
barely find the money that you were going to use to buy your own food.
Hold on,
And
Anna.
they got
My
asking
internet
for that mega take?
went out for a second. You said that I didn't get the first part of what you said. He came up to you and randomly started to tell you that he have businesses without you asking?
Yeah.
Okay, I never heard
Yeah.
that part. Okay.
Right. And then in the event, he decided that he's going to be adamant about paying for my goods, whatever it is that I'm going to buy. And he could barely find the money to buy his own meal. Now I'm saying, stop coming up with these unrealistic expectations
No.
as men.
No. Well,
Some of you
Anna.
are following, you're following the societal trends.
No, Anna. So let me
Yes.
break it down. Let me break it down for you. And I'm not talking about none of you females on the podcast, neither in the comment section. But let me just break it down for you really quickly, because I'm sure you guys know as well. One of the easiest way of impress women are with either assets or money, whether it is
No.
yes or no. That's one of the easiest way how
Yeah.
to do it, right? So
No.
no, Anna, as again,
That's why the man them do it, because them know
or
the
the women
game.
on the podcast, but the general, right? No,
Intelligence.
rubbish.
Nonsense.
And you're speaking for
Rubbish.
yourself.
Nonsense.
You're making a general statement. Generally, most women get flattered by materialistic
listen,
stuff.
The reason why men do it is because them know the game.
Of course.
Exactly. Like, listen, if me borrow, okay, let's say I don't have a car. I borrow Ryan BMW. I borrow Vinny Louis Vuitton. I borrow Levon money and it then I'm a pocket fat up so. And I walk on the road, I guarantee to get more
A
women
better is
than
girl.
if I am an intelligent man.
Mhm.
That's just how it works. I just saw it go.
So you go get the better is girl, then run behind you. All right, cool.
Well, again, when they're doing that, they don't care if it's butter years, yes or no. Their aim is to get whichever woman they want, and then get that, and then trick them, and then sleep with them, and then they move on to the next one. And then the women are left. I say, oh, men are dogs, men are this, men are that. But again, the men are just playing the game, and these are games that women have played for years, and take women money and don't give them nothing at all, and continue and books them out and whatever it is. And save their name as free food, boopsy and all them little things. So again, men are...
Let me tell you something. You know, as a man, if a woman wants you or not, you know, a lot of you stay there and you're living in dream. You're in dreamland. You know, most of you know that she has no interest. You already know, but you keep giving and hoping. And then when the well runs dry, you get angry. It's not that hard to tell if a woman is interested in you. And I know you guys know that.
Okay, so can you tell us some context clues that we can use to know when a woman is interested in us, yes or no?
No. That's
Kim,
how you find out.
just go on YouTube and watch Melly Monaco.
Pay attention. It is
She'll
not.
give you it
It's
all.
not hard. Huh?
I'm telling Kim to just go on YouTube and watch Melly Monaco. She'll just dive into it.
Exactly. If she has you in her phone saved as food or dinner boopsy or whatever you want to call it, it means the only time you hear from her or the only time you see her is when she is hungry. Think about it now. It's only lunchtime and dinner time you get to hear from her because you wanted to take her out for lunch.
Well, again, both genders are playing the game. So his aim is to get in your pants. Your aim, not you personally, Charmy, but the woman's aim is to either get money or get him to buy food or whatever the case may be. So both are playing the game, so whoever play the game better.
Yeah, but don't complain and say she for years, man. Women have been doing
Yeah, but no, but Anna
But it's
is
not
saying that.
it's not a lie, charm.
Yeah, Anna is saying that men are very pretentious with their approach, and I'm saying that women have been doing it for years, for
Yeah.
decades, for centuries. Women
Both
have been
genders
doing
are
it.
play.
Both, but we're both doing it. Don't say it
No,
like
we're
Yeah.
that.
both doing it.
Yes.
No, but women was doing it for years.
Men have been doing it for years too, because you know what they always say? Women fall in love with what they see. What's up? No, men fall in love with what they see. Women fall in love with what they hear. So men have been playing it for a very long time. You know, so she want here say you go carry her go, royal. You know, so she want here say you do this. Do it. You
I,
see it. We both been playing it from before
I,
Jesus.
I remember when I don't know if it's still a big thing in Jamaica, but I remember when Strawberry Hill was a big thing out there in Jamaica. Once you bring a girl up there, so is don't I don't know if it's still the same thing now, but I know once you brought a girl up there, so it shows say you have money, it shows say you have status, and it's a done deal. I don't know if it's the same way. So again, it's kind of unfortunate how it go, but again, both sexes are playing the game, so it's whoever plays better. That's what
But
I'm
Ken,
saying.
the men they need to do better still though, brother. No lie, because previous workplace that I was at seeing,
Yeah.
there was this I think he was the accounts manager or something along that line, seeing. And it's a brother like this. One time I have a conversation, the conversation always going up turn out to a girl conversation. No matter if you matter about money, just a going up turn a girl conversation. That's him. So like have a conversation one day and he be like, yo dog, you know, if you look girl no dog, you're a face boy, you know. Man like me no dog, things me have to look them with like I think he used to drive a Markex at the time. So I say, yo more leave my car no dog and so once me post up with that,
Yeah.
girl that a
But
foot.
so Levan, let me ask you a question.
You stay in the work at Jamaica.
Let me ask you a question, Levan. Have you ever seen somebody like if they're doing it, that means it is working? It's just working. So if
It is.
again,
It works for him.
and I understand and I agree with you that they need to do better. But again, some can't do better, right? And again, if they're getting the woman of their quote unquote dreams by posing up in another man's markets or posing up in another man's shoes, then
Means them not have no style.
they'll continue to do it months and months and years and years and
They
years.
don't have any
Anna.
style.
Yeah,
What do you
Anna
mean?
is like
That is
the
their
people
style.
them.
No, they
Anna is
don't
like
have
the
any
people
style.
them.
That's
Hannah,
not a
that's charms,
style.
Ryan.
Go ahead.
Anna is like the people them must sell insurance. Them talk to a whole heap of people, and whoever get through, them get through it. So the man, he might use film game pan, and you alone get that game there. Whole
Yeah,
heap of other women get it too,
yeah.
and it work for some, and some it don't work with.
And if
Just
you
like
try
insurance.
And if you try 20 women and it
Yeah,
only
but
get
at least
3,
with the
him
insurance
successful.
company, you're getting the facts. What is happening is that you're coming with the societal trends and doing this broad brush
Right.
kind of painting that
Exactly.
one will always
Mhm.
work with the other. So I'm not expecting that. For me, that doesn't woo me over. It's the intelligence that woos me
Yeah,
over.
and I move on to the next person with work on. Him no work on
Yeah.
you.
If him try, okay,
Kudos.
so let us say this. Him try charms and it don't work for charms. Him try wooden spoon, it don't work for wooden spoon. Him try Anna, it don't work for Anna. But him try Keisha and it work. Him try Stacy and it work. So now he's 2 work and 3 don't work. He might the happiest man alive.
Yeah.
I just let think they go.
Greybeard, have you ever done any of these things?
Huh?
Greybeard, has he have done any of these things before?
What?
Impress
Done what?
women with things that aren't yours.
Come again? No,
Impress.
absolutely not. None at all. When man talk to a girl, what may have, who I am, that is how it gonna work. And that alone. I'm not pretending. I don't need to pretend.
Well,
Who
that's
I am is who
Thank
I
God,
am.
Vinny.
Whoever can do
You're
it for them to
So you're
do
not
genuine.
telling you're not
it.
telling them you work for the Prime
Vinny,
Minister and
obviously,
something.
not
So,
have to
so
pretend.
Most people don't even know where I work. I mean, none of us.
Vinny,
No,
you're a
but all
good
right.
youth.
All
You're
right.
a good
As I,
youth, Vinny.
but
course.
ladies, I'll say this. One of my favorite comedian, Chris Rock. You know, he was doing a one time stand up comedy, and he said something, and I do believe it, to a sense. And he said, only men, only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is love on the condition that he can provide something. And there's a lot of truth to that. You understand? And even if you think about your own partner, who you is, as a man, it's based on the fact that no woman, even if you take up a man and let's say him now work now, yeah, look on the potential that hey, at some point he might be able to provide something. And the truth of the matter is that by nature men are supposed to be providers, and that's just the truth. That's
Yeah,
that's the rule.
define
Whether we like
nature.
it, yes or not, we are providers. Men know that, and as a result of that, men use the whole issue of provision, and they will try and use it to get different women. Different women will fall for it with different ways. You understand? But I mean, men use it. I just figure I'm not going to lie. Who I am is who I am, and that is how I'm going to work it.
So here
And
is Carleen Smith asking you, Vinny. Vinny, you have never hyped the truth?
the truth about what, whether I have money or not,
No,
no,
like,
man.
like
Hype
say
the
for
truth.
example,
Hype the
like,
truth. Oversell it. Oversell
yeah,
it.
like
Oversell
oversell the truth.
myself.
Yes. Liar
Only,
if you say no.
only in
I
only
Every
can't
man do
interviews.
that.
no, seriously, no. I can't remember overselling myself. I can't.
All,
And for me, all right. And I think probably I've said it one time on the podcast. I am somebody who, me free spirited. Me like do stuff, go do things. If I am around people from my habit, me do what me can do, me spend whatever you can do. That's just me. Because of that, I don't really like mean people, and if I know you mean, me stay out of your way because I can't remember. I don't have the ability to stop and remember say, yo, you mean, so me need to be mean to you. So even when it come on to women, if me I talk to a girl, me I go do. But then it's not like you watch for see what she a do. But if you notice nothing, then me take on myself. Me not fight you. You have other mean people you can interact with. Me good with that. You understand? But that are just my personality and who I am. In terms of overselling yourself, I don't know. I probably remember, bossy. I did married for 20 years. So I mean, we did have a market for a long time. And then worse when you get old. When them say about old people, we just talk and say it as it is. So at this stage of my life, we don't have no pretend, man. This is who me is. You either like it or you don't like it. You move on. That's okay. Not everybody are gonna like me. I'm good with that. Just like how me not like everybody, and I just say a word run. So I move on. I don't have no time. The pretending thing, life too short. So,
what I'll say is that in job interviews, I've definitely oversold myself many times.
but we're not talking about job interview. We're talking about woman.
Oh no, I undersell myself.
Yeah, in fact, more undersell myself, but oversell. Yeah,
I do both.
But
I've done both.
Kems, yeah, it was a nice discussion just sitting back listening to you guys talk. I was dying. I was dead in the laughter, especially when me hear Kems saying I'm doing eyeliner. I'm like, what the hell?
So Ryan, you say you oversell yourself. Can you give us some examples, please, of like what you say, how you say it?
This
Well,
should
to
be
be honest with you,
interesting.
I don't remember them off the bat because that was when I was younger.
Not even one you can remember. Not even one.
No, not really. Not
It
off
was
the bat.
probably in the
I know I've
moment.
done it. Huh?
No, I'm saying it was probably in the moment. You're in front of somebody.
Yeah, I know I've done
it's
it.
not like I don't think it's
But I can't remember. It's not like something where,
right.
yeah.
You
we did it like
rehearse
that
and you do it with
sometimes.
everybody. It's just
Can remember say a politician tell a whole heap of lie because he not remember.
Kems, what you use? Because we know you always garnish the truth.
Yeah. To be all right.
Kems I got undersell himself.
So to be honest with you, Anna, listen, I undersell myself big time. I don't say that. I undersell myself.
Really?
More to tell people say me have nothing at all.
Yeah, Kems that.
In life, there's nothing, and they will work from this. That's it.
But Kems, Ryan,
Just be true
Kems
to yourself, though.
Ryan, Kems, and Levon, you guys really expect women to contribute to barbering and
Yes, them expect it, Vinny. Yeah, especially tomorrow, them expect it.
but really expect
With them backyard kind of
So Vinny, you want me
behavior.
to answer? I'm going to give a profound yes.
So Kemar
No.
wants all of the woman's money to go to him for him to give her an allowance, for her to take the allowance and spend on him to groom himself again. You see Kemar?
Charmaine, the
Go
whole of
get
them
the
belong
money,
in the
control the money,
1950s. I
give
just said
me
them
what
for
you
there.
take, give me a stipend, and then I take the stipend and treat you.
Of course.
Well,
Yeah?
what I say, Charm, is that
Mm-hmm.
I believe, separate and apart from earlier what we were talking about,
Yes.
To Vinny's question really. Vinny, I think it comes down to value, right? I think it comes down to value, and you can say, yeah, be a provider, all of that. But I think it comes down to value. I think it comes down to appreciation, right? And I believe that once a woman appreciates you and appreciate what you are doing, she's going to do this stuff without even thinking about it, right? Without even just think, like she just okay, all right, Kema eyebrow look a little bushy, them want sort of, and just send it to you. Or Kema, want to buy a little lunch today. Like, so it's not really, to be
But
honest with you.
that different chems. That different.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
but
sound like you're sitting on
That
here
that all right. It's
expecting it.
different in this
yeah,
sense, chems.
but
Which
no,
mm.
in all of this thing, may I expect it too. May I expect it.
But
No,
I
but all right.
expect
expectations
For
it.
lead
me,
So,
to
all right. For
expectations
me,
lead to
chems,
disappointment.
it different in this way. I don't believe that I am expected to take care of my girlfriend year and nails and way. I don't believe that. You understand? But if let's say I go to I go at the hairdresser for pick her up or drop her off, and like she need to pay, and then probably she not have no cash, and she has some need to get cash. Me pay, or me pay for nails or stuff like that. There are things, and you talk about
That different, brother.
there are things that I know that is no for me, level one. If me know as a woman that you expect that I am supposed to do this in take care of your ears and your nail and stuff like that on a monthly basis. So now it's a barter system we are running a relationship that.
Right,
So the moment
right.
me realize that are the case, then me take for myself. You understand? Because you have your responsibility. Just as Charms would say, well, as a woman, I expect you to take care of yourself just like how me I take care of myself. Can mention value, which is what I understand where it's going. I will look at my girl and I know that you like these things and stuff like that. So sometimes more nice you up. So I do that for you. I expect so you're gonna look and say, there are different things that I might do, I might want, where you will nice me up. You know, I probably love travel or I like do this. You might say, come on, we do this, come on, you understand? But them little things, I mean, for me, I don't look at those things because and I guess probably why I look at it like that is, but for me, it is not a value. Whereas for Kems, it may be a value. It may be valuable to Kems to do him here, do him eyebrows, do him. I mean, I
So
find it
Vinny,
hard to sit in a salon and say, me, I do me too. I figure my father would have turned over and I grave.
Maybe, look, Vinny, you should. You
Every time I see
should.
a man,
Vinny,
I do it, me like,
Vinny,
You
you are
should,
going, Vinny.
Vinny.
You what is going to happen,
I
Vinny?
understand it maybe dear value. You understand? So I understand the value part I came where I say, I guess, and I agree with that. Say, if I'm in a relationship with you, you are gonna see the things where you do that really says to me that you value me. So you're
well,
gonna look for those things. You
All right,
understand?
Kim, you
Right.
what is going to happen, Kim? Since as Vinny just mentioned that you're not going to ensure that he gets some money and a petty. He's not
yeah,
going to do
yeah.
that to a good
Anytime,
fellow. When
Hey,
they're
bro.
responsible.
hey,
Anytime I touch
them
yard,
try that at work.
hey, Levon. Anytime I come down there, we are all as a group. We are
No,
all going to fix those toes, boss.
no,
Of
Every
course,
one
boss.
of
bro.
us.
But Vinny, to answer to what really answer to what
Eh,
you said. Honestly, no, I don't expect a woman to do it, and I'm not looking for a woman to do it, right? Because as Ken's mentioned about value. All right, me personally. All right, it's when facial hair start grow back, brother. It's not a normal thing. You know, feel nice. It's scratch. Zine.
Us.
See, as a little you growing up, you always want them thing there, but just when you become a man and get it, you wish you never have them. So me know say if me make it stay for too long, I go encounter that issue. So me try ensure so yeah, I always maintain a particular image. So me not go wait for no man to look at me and say, oh babe, you're looking awful or whatever not. No, me not go wait for that. So me I go always try maintain that just as me expect her to keep up her image. Just that
Okay.
that's how I look at it from.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so we have about 20 minutes left. We have two topics to get through and then we'll move on. Wooden Spoon, you've been very quiet, laughing over there. Do you have anything that you want to say?
I'll hold it in. I don't think it's appropriate right
I don't want you to say if you pay for man, man must bend over and all them things.
now.
I don't we're not going back down that road, boss. All right. So All right, so we have two more topics to discuss, and then after that we'll call it a night, right? So this is another Ryan question, so I'll let him start, right? So Ryan is saying, what is patriarchy and should it be removed? So Ryan, I want you to answer the question one, and then I want you to tell us what was your thought process behind the question.
Well, the term patriarchy has been a term that is been used for basically everything that some women see as bad. So, to be honest with you, I don't really know what it means. I have an idea what it means because I don't really know exactly what it means because everybody have a different meaning for it. What I get to understand from some women is that they are against it because it limits them. But then in the same breath, I get an understanding that they are against this because they don't, okay, let me put it another way. They don't want to do the hard work for something. Okay, good. The meaning is here.
Relating to or denoting a system of society or government controlled by men.
All right, I remember having a conversation saying Jamaica is no longer a patriarchal society because of the fact that women
We had a
out here are
woman
not
prime minister.
women are not limited anymore out here. I think America is more patriarchal than Jamaica. Jamaica
Ryan,
Jamaica has the most women managers per capita in the world, and a 70% tertiary. 70% of who are in tertiary institutions are women. So
I think it is more than that,
Can
right?
I say so? Yes, more than that.
I think the whole issue of patriarchal come from, and they say, so you hear they talk about the older society in terms that it was more patriarchal. It meant that you had more men that was in charge of family. So now we
Had
in
the
fact, and
power.
not just Jamaica, in the world now we have a more matriarchal society because a lot of men are no longer in the household. So that is why we are in a more matriarchal. But in those days, it was men who were in charge, not just government, but in terms of from the basic family unit. And I believe that's where it really started. The family unit, so it was more a patriarchal society. Most of the society from a family unit right up to government was run by men. Men was in control. Men was the head.
So you would agree, Vinny, that Jamaica is not that patriarchal anymore?
No, not just Jamaica. The world has moved away because we're
no. But I also said that I think America is more patriarchal than Jamaica.
No, they're not. It's a matriarchal society as well. A lot of the homes, a lot of the families.
You know that America have a lot more barriers for women than Jamaica does right now.
But it's not just barriers in Orion. It has to do with the family structure, what we have in Jamaica. Even though Jamaica is a more matriarchal society, at the helm of control in Jamaica, it is still men. Even though you have more women managers, you have more women CEO, at that main control in Jamaica, it is still men. So that 4, 5, 6, 7 men that is there, it is still men.
All right, here's the next thing now. I hear a lot of women who are here say, get rid of the patriarchy. My question is, are you going to build the roads? Are you going to make the things that you enjoy? Are you going to build houses? Because if you get rid of something,
What
something
kind of sexist argument that?
It's not a sexist argument. It's a realistic argument.
No, but what are you trying to say, that women aren't capable of building roads and houses?
No, you're not.
You do know that they are in that field as well, right?
Yeah, but that's a minority. The majority of
even so, and some of them have those managerial positions, though, Ryan.
You're even suing me for just even suing me. The reality of the situation is the majority of who build the things that the world enjoys are men. So saying getting rid of the patriarchy, I agree to some extent that there are some things that we should get rid of. But to say holistically getting rid of it, I don't see how that makes sense, because there are things that men do better than women, and there are things that women do better than men. It's just a reality.
I ain't entertaining that argument.
Then you don't entertain it, but it's a reality. No. There are things men do better than women, and there are things women do better than men. So let us.
I think Ryan freezes up.
All right.
But
The
sorry.
fact
What
of the
was
matter
it? Is
is,
it
God
that we're
God works in
talking in the
mysterious ways.
home or in society in general? What is it?
A
it's a
Manette went
patriarchal
for a
society
second.
is
So I'm just saying,
definitely is a
It's
general
both.
thing,
It's both,
It's
right?
a
as
general
Vinny
thing. So we're
says.
It's
It's
a
using
both.
general
it's
thing.
a general thing.
Yes.
I
So
just wanted to get an
basically,
answer.
is it
Okay, you
that
can continue, Ryan.
yeah, Manette went for a second.
it's okay.
I don't believe we should generalize everything. There are things we can break down and say, okay, this part of the patriarchy don't work. Make we get to that, which is
Yeah.
in the workplace. We have seen that gotten rid of, where the men only control this and control that, and now we have more women in charge of things. Yeah, I agree with that. If the women are better at something, they should have that. And
And over
God don't like
there
me.
praying. And over there praying. And
right. The issue is this. I think sometimes we complicate issues and we try to fight over some stuff that really don't need fighting
If
over.
it's not
Um,
broken,
the whole issue is, and I said earlier, I remember I talked earlier, and I do believe that a man is by nature a provider. You understand? You provide for your family, you take care of your family, and that's what men supposed to do. The
and
issue
that's
why we have the issue why we have a lot of women in these areas because men have given up their responsibility. Man has
Thank you,
become weak
Vinny.
some of the time,
right.
and that is
Thank
a
you.
fact. And
But
to
that's
add to
also a
that,
Thank you.
part of
That
the
is a fact.
patriarchy.
when
That
a
is
when a
also a
man is
part of the
not in a
patriarchy.
household some of the time, and then or when a female growing up seeing a man in a household that is weak and stuff like that, and then now they may have a mentality where they believe that they need to be in charge and need to take control of themselves. It's just that as a society we start to go out of work, we start to go out of line. So it is not where, oh, as a woman, who I roar and take off, because the bottom line is this, yeah, at 20, 30, you feel like you roar and take off. When you reach 50, 60, and you have to carry out your rubbish pants same way, you gonna feel a way.
But
You
Vinny, no some
understand?
disagree with that though.
No, but what I am saying, Levon, is this. If we understand the role, both as men and women, one, a woman can't be a man or do what a man is supposed to be.
That's
Just
right.
like as a
And
man
vice
cannot be
versa.
a woman and do what a woman. The truth is, sometimes we have to play the role because of how the hand that life has dealt us. You understand?
Thank
But the
you.
truth is, we can't. I
and I
can't
agree
be
with that.
Of
I can't
course.
be a
So,
woman.
oh, when we say you disagree,
No, you never said nothing
I
like
did
that.
say that. I said that.
No, you didn't. You
I did. You
didn't.
were
You did.
clearly you weren't listening
You
then.
didn't. You were being very sexist.
No, I wasn't. But you
So
weren't
let's
Continue,
listening then.
so
Vinny.
Yeah.
to add
well,
to Vinny, I do so let me start from here. You see there's this little demon that they've unleashed called feminism. I don't
Mm-hmm.
agree with it
Mm-hmm.
because now you have women who there's nothing wrong with their system. They have a man in the home, they have a father figure, it is working, but they feel like they're being oppressed because
Press.
why should the man be the head of the household?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I wear the pants? Why
Mm-hmm.
can't I do this? And I'm not saying that you do. The problem is as well there are missing men. There are men who are not doing what they're supposed to do. They're not holding their thing. And then you have these feminists on the other hand who feel like it is they have to be the man then. That why can't I wear the pants? Why can't I make the
Just
decisions?
one
Why can't
final
why can't
word.
Let me interject a little
that,
right there,
and
Charms.
I'm sorry?
When you finish, sorry, when you finish your point, I'll share what I have
Okay,
to say.
right. So that is another problem because they're creating another problem in society because all of a sudden they want this and they want that, and it 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 takes away from how things are supposed to be. The man should be the head of the household. There are some aspects of it, like as Ryan said, in the workplace, there are different. There's some aspects of it really necessary and that can balance out, but there are parts where it should be that way, and it's there for a reason. Because as Vinny said,
There you go.
I don't want to be 60 and me to take out trash. And me a mow lawn and me have to go keep up for see when lawn for mow and when
Yeah.
roof blow
you
up
know?
and I don't want to do
That's
that.
why I
I don't
told
want
Vinny
to
that I
do that.
disagree with him. You
I
said
have no interest in that. Women have their roles to play, and I'm just using the word roles. I know some people don't like it, but
Mm-hmm.
the man has a part to play and the woman has a part to play. And when
Agree.
both of them come together and you come with your section and me come with mine, perfection.
One.
When you
Correct.
There
try
you
to
go.
exactly, it
Mm.
becomes one. When we
There
now
you
try
go.
to fight for, oh, as the woman, I want to be doing this, and why can't I be doing that? Why, if it's not broken, why do you want to fix it? It's not there. It is not a problem. Why is it all of a sudden you want this, and women cannot handle power? Let me just tell you that.
Charms, they want the final word. That's
They
it.
can't handle it. We are emotional beings, and there are some things that we cannot handle because we are too emotional. So when we get in it, all hell broke loose. We start to cry or we start to shout. And especially, I do not like to work for female employers because
Same.
opposed to a man, it is easier for me to work with a man because he's not very emotional. And I'm just using it's just an example here. When you some women you work for them come in and them have man problems, them and them husband or them man argue, them come in, them take it out on you in the workplace. Opposed to you'll have, and I'm not saying men don't do it as well, I don't nobody attack
I
me.
was just going to
Opposed
say
to
to you,
another
because
man who knows
I know men who do
right,
it.
I have to make sure I say it, opposed to a
No,
man
but
that
yeah, some
really
man, they're a
knows how
woman,
to
man.
run
We
a
know that.
business. You understand me? Let me just use those terms then. A man who really knows how to run a business and separate personal from business. When he argues with his partner, when he comes in, he's
Work.
work mode.
Anna, that's sexist too.
Right? You're right. And you have some women, they're the bosses, and when them come, they don't know how to separate it because she argue with the man, and then she come and she take set on you and she nag you and she cuss and she go on for no reason. And you're wondering, what am I doing wrong today? Nothing. But she's taking her problems from the outside in. And so that is why there's some things that women, not all women can handle it. Let me just use that before I'll bite off my head. Some women cannot handle power because they do not know how to separate their emotions. They do not know how to separate their personal from business. So I believe patriarchy, it is fine. I don't see how it is. Some aspects of it can come out. Others, it's not a problem, and everybody knows me. I love the man being the head of the household. I enjoy that, and that is what I want for myself. Anybody else who wants to take up the heavy burden of a man, because it is a heavy burden to carry, if the women out there you want to carry that on your back, you go right ahead. It's not for me.
Charm,
Right,
they don't want that part.
remember
They
your
don't
thought
want the
process.
work. They want the final word.
But
I
that
think
comes to the final word, comes to the work. How you
No,
going to
but they
get
don't want the work because I remember I was
right?
at a barber shop recently and my barber was giving me a story about his friend and his wife, and the wife said that she wanted to start make certain decisions. And the man leave her. And now she feels some type of way about it. And I try to get him back because she realized that boy, she was wrong and she can't do certain things without him. So basically what
But it's
he
the
said, what the barber said
inclusivity
to me was
they're
that,
fighting for, and that's what we're missing when it comes down to patriarchy. I understand both stances, wherein the woman have their roles and the man has their role, but it's the inclusivity. Do not shut out a woman basically because you think she cannot do what you can't do, Ryan.
how we
She
reach a
wants
shutout?
her input. That's what we're trying to get across. That's patriarchy. Men holding the power and excluding women. That is really
I think
patriarchy. So
you're
whether
on, I
it's in
think,
the home, or outside of the home, because it's going to flow over into the wider society. They want to be included in certain decisions, especially too when it comes on about their person. And that is where it's coming off to become a problem. Take, for instance, the abortion rights going on in America or certain parts in the States. Men are calling the shots on women's bodies. So it's the inclusivity. So nothing is wrong as a man. I'm fine with that. You're asserting your position and so on and so forth. But remember to include the woman. Don't go around making decisions for
No,
her.
but
So that
Anna,
oh
is
no, but
why
I don't
your
disagree with
Virgin's
that.
hold
friend,
on there,
that is
Anna,
why
hold
your
on there.
Virgin's girlfriend felt away, even though she said that she wants to make certain decisions.
Oh no, no, no,
She
no.
wants to
That
include
wasn't
him
it.
into it.
No,
She
No, that
wants
so
to
wasn't
include
it,
him into
Anna.
it.
No,
But he just
so I
went
have
that
a
out.
wasn't
question.
it.
Hold on there, Anna. So I have a
James, remember to
question,
let
Anna.
Toki afterwards because she has been
Yeah,
wanting
but
to
no,
make a
Toki
yeah,
point.
wants
wooden,
to.
wooden
Yeah,
spoon.
sorry, wooden spoon. Sorry.
Hold on, the wooden spoon. So let me just ask a question, Anna, because I've been listening to you guys, and you guys have been having a great discussion. But my thing is, why is it that when there are certain things that women are great at, why is it that men allow women to be great at that and don't ask for inclusivity? They don't want to be included. They want the woman to do whatever, and then they'll just. But then when a man is supposed to do his duty, Why women always feel the need to be included in that or want to be included in that?
Can I
As you
ask
just
one question? Right. Can I? And I want to add just a question to Anna to add with whatever he's asking you. I want you to also tell me what you said. In terms of decision making, include or in it. Can you give me an example so I can be clear on what you're saying?
Okay, so you're with your partner, and whatever decision it is about the home or any little thing that is, you want to know that you are included in it. So even though the man will have the last say, you want to know that your input is in it. It's not automatic or dictator or some kind of dictatorship going on. That's basically what is going on.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wooden spoon, go
Oh,
ahead.
that's fair, but that's fair.
Yeah,
Wooden
that's fair,
spoon, go ahead.
but I don't think that's the problem we're having, and that's not what I'm getting from a lot of the feminists. That is not what it is. But who the
Yeah, and
spoon?
that's not what I'm getting either.
That is
Right,
extreme. That is extreme. I get that's one
That's the
extreme
point
part
I
of the
wanted to make.
spectrum. Right.
What were
That's
But
you
the
you
saying,
do
wooden
point.
have
spoon?
that aspect of patriarchy where men seem as if they must dictate as to what a woman should do, what a woman should wear, what you should do with your bodies. It is there. Sometimes it is direct, sometimes it's indirect.
Okay.
Go
All right,
ahead,
wooden
wooden
spoon. The
spoon.
floor is yours.
No, I was just trying to interject a bit on the feminism whole structure. No, because of the extremists, we don't really have the the struggle that women had back then. Feminism was formed back then just so women could actually, not be hit down just because she didn't want to cook this meal for the day. You get what I'm trying to say? So
Mm-hmm.
feminism
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning wasn't it wasn't constructed uh, dethrone the man. It was to be seen as a human and not just property,
Yeah.
right? If it
Okay.
wasn't for feminism, we could not be having this discussion right now. We could not be
Mm-hmm.
driving. We could not be working, right?
Okay. Okay.
Currently, because we have, because of these strong women who fought for our freedom of speech right now and freedom of self, it has now become a okay, I want more, right? As Charm said, that a lot of women cannot handle power, and I do agree. I do agree. There are just minority who can actually, handle power, but majority of us really cannot. And because of this, now we're having this man and woman, back and forth battle, gender battle on the internet because, where a lot of women are saying, yes, I'm feminist. Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? At the same time, man must pay for this. Man must pay for that. Which one do you want? Do you
right,
want to live a soft life? Do you want to live as a woman? Do you want the man to be the head? Or do you want to be the head and, have a cuckold, right? Like, what do you want out of life? For me, I do not want that. That's just me. I do not want the patriarchy to end because, in essence, men they were made to lead, right? Ju-
Mm-hmm.
in the male and female, for every animal kingdom, what is the leader, right? Who is the leader? Is it the female is it the female species or the male species? If you do find a matriarchal society, it is what, one to what, a million. We were just not made to uphold or to run or to govern something. um Ryan also made a point that yes, there are some things that are backward, which is why we are where we are now. We fixed it. A lot of us are a lot happier, arguably, because women can now do things that men, that we weren't allowed to do to begin with, right? It is not a make We don't have a matriarchal society now, even though we have women in set positions. It is still not matriarchal. It's we're progressive, I would say, as a nation, but in essence men still rule. And I think this is why we are now, safer, or we can maintain the structure that we have now. Everything that we have now, yes, it was built, it was designed by them. Yes, women do have our inputs which make life better, and I believe that working together, yes, we can achieve much greater. Yeah, but to have a woman in power, I mean, right now we're battling for maternity leave, right? Like you want to leave from your work, you want to leave from your job because of different things we go through as a woman. A man doesn't go through that, so he can work continuously to maintain certain things. I
He's
will,
battling for paternity leave now.
Maternity? Oh, paternity.
yeah.
Paternity
I mean,
leave now.
but this is because of, of course, women are now trying to assume the position of a man in society. So men are saying, okay, well,
And and I
I
mean,
Hold
don't
on a
think
sec.
that's the
Hold on a
case
sec
with the whole
second.
paternity leave, though.
All right.
initially it wasn't a thought for them to want paternity leave
Yeah.
until women are start saying, we want this because we are women. Okay, we are women, we understand, but at the same time,
Yeah,
men aren't. It's like you want to be this, you want to do this, but this job requires 24/7 care. This job
right.
requires whatever, but as women, we cannot offer that. We can't be the child bearer, the this, the that, and also maintain a structure for 24 hours. We just can't do that.
Yeah, it
agreed.
has gotten so bad. It has gotten so bad. I'm seeing something, this trend where now women, they no longer want to give the children the father's name because it's a I'm not married to him, so why should he have the child's name?
We
Because
shouldn't be having the
somebody
kid
put
to
the baby
begin with.
there and somebody brought the baby and put the baby out, so one cannot exist without the other. So how is it all of a sudden is why is it that why is it that my child has to get the man's name? Why can't he get my it's just simple little things like why are we pushing it to that?
Yeah, and when you
What
do
is
that
the
now, you disenfranchise the child from
That's what I'm
his
saying. No, and
father's
I'm
side
trying
of the
because
family.
at first I used to see and it used to say, oh, because I'm not married to the man. I still find that silly because you don't have to be married to the man. It's the man's child. But then I saw some others and they're saying whether or not they're married, why should they take the man's name? Why can't the man take their name and why can't the child have their name? Why? What
The
is all?
extremists,
I mean,
yeah.
what
Yep.
is that for? Why it is his child? Why are you trying to rob him of that? Men, it is a pride, their pride and joy. Just that somebody they want kids to make sure somebody's carrying on their legacy, carrying on their names. You are so you remember the saying, "It's mama's baby, but papa's baby." We sure is ours, and it 100% came from us. We push it out to them, so give them something now. Allow them to have the father's name. Give the father something. You're gonna give birth to the baby, and the baby is going to be John
I would
Doe.
want to think that it's coming from someone who has been hurt, though, Charmaine.
And you see that they need to heal themselves and don't go out there go have no baby with nobody if you're not
That
healed.
just show the
Because
emotional instability then. Because just
exactly
because
give them
you're
space
hurt,
for
you want
emotions.
to rob
Give
the father
right.
from his
Once
legacy.
the father wants to be a part, if the father doesn't want to be a part of the child's life, that's your decision. But if the man wants to be there for his child, why is it he must walk around with the baby and him named James and your baby named Johnson?
Yep.
Why? Because
Yep.
you feel like why is it that men can't take the woman's name and the baby can't take it? We're getting a little too much now, and that is
Yeah.
where we're having the problem. All of that
And
necessary.
so let
We
just
need a
one quick
balanced
question,
society.
because I know we have to go, but one quick question. So and this is just by hearing you guys talk, I just came up with it. Do you believe that this is probably one of the fears that men had for quote unquote let women into certain avenues, that they would now take it to the absolute extreme? I'm just guessing out
No,
there
I don't
because
think so. No, I think initially it was a power thing. It was to control.
Hmm.
In the early days, it was control. So you control women. You had a say. You dictated every single thing. So it was control in the beginning. Um, I don't think men ever really thought, oh, women can't handle power. And I don't think men really thought about that. It was
I
just
think it was
control
control as
in
well.
general initially. And I still do not think men are saying, oh, I don't think a woman is. I don't think it's really that. Men who fight for that kind of power, it's just for control. But then you have reasonable men like, allow me to be the man and you be the woman. And that's a reason. I think that's where most men they're just reasonable. They just want to play their roles and do their thing as they allow you to do yours.
I think
We need,
one issue we have,
yeah.
Kim, and the more and more for me as I look at life, and as I get older, is life is about balance, and that's the biggest. If all of we understand that life is about balance, and in every single area, in every single aspect, life is about balance, and anytime you have imbalance, you're going to have problem. So yes, we had a patriarchal society, and it became imbalanced by men abusing them power. And then what it did, it led to feminists coming in trying to balance back. So instead of balancing the thing now where we understand our role, now it is going to another different direction now. You understand? And that's the problem. Anytime you have imbalance, you have problem. And that is what happened. So there was an imbalance with men abusing them power. Now it is going in the other direction. And that's what the major problem was.
I agree, Vinny. We need a balanced society, and the way society is right now, how it was in the 60s and how it is now, it's unbalanced from one extreme to the other. And a society can't function. A society don't function near optimum with both genders being unbalanced.
Correct.
So each gender need to know what they are good at, and we have a consensus that the woman is better at this, a man is better at that, and we move on from there.
Can the Carlene, what does she mean by so the man can choose but the woman cannot choose? What is she?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Carlene, can you elaborate really quickly, because some of we have school tomorrow, work, baby, all them things. So
the man can choose, but the woman cannot.
yeah, I don't know what's that pertaining to, Carlene. If you can just respond really quickly. So Carlene is saying balance is key. Yes, Vinny. Big up yourself, sensational music. But Caroline, you look like you have to catch us next week. You know, we will be back next week. Obviously, Anna, thank you so much. You already know where the love is at. Wooden Spoon Charms, thank you very, very, very much. Ryan, I always love you, bro. Vinny, I always love you, bro. Levon Backstage, I always love you.
I win soon.
Hey.
Miss Heidi.
Yo, but
careful, not get beard.
At the beard, man. At the beard.
And listen, for the persons who in the comment section or who watching and who engage with us, thank you so much. I believe it was a really good discussion. I probably have to look on certain of my policies. Probably have to change them a little bit, but
all of your policy them need for change. All of them.
All right, so Carly,
the day you tell me say you're married, you know. Mm-hmm.
You know you'll be in the wedding. You know you'll be in the wedding.
What the woman
so
can also
Carly
choose.
is saying that, Charms, when you said that if the man does not want to be in the child's life, then the woman can do what she wants, read the father's name.
Right. So if the man says he does not want the child, he does not want to be in the child's life. If she doesn't want, she doesn't have to give him the father's name if she doesn't want to, because the man does not want to be a part of the child's life.
I can take it a step further. You know. Hold on there.
Wait, the Ryan. But this is a problem what we have. The man that want to be in the child's life is an imbalance. And then what we do now is make it worse by saying, you know something, well, me not give pick the name.
No, I'm just saying, it is right.
Right, so no, but then when you make that choice have other implication for the child also.
Yeah.
And when the child grow up and understand, then that time for them.
Yeah.
You understand? So now you start create. Sometimes we make decision because somebody made this decision. So all right, I just go and do this. Without thinking about the consequences.
Yeah, but if the father you have some men, they're alive and well,
no,
and they know, and they know. So then, what kind of impact? Because if you know the child exists and you want nothing to do with the child,
no man, but sometimes the problem it has Charms with that child is I have my mother name. Then you're there at school and people say, then you have your mother name, you don't have no father. Then them start feeling no self-worth. And you see, you create some other problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
But isn't it the same problem when they ask, where's your father? And you have no
man, but what I'm saying, we have one problem. No, we create another problem. You understand? So I'm not saying that him not being there isn't a problem. It is. It's a major problem. But no, we also create another problem.
No, I agree with Charmaine where she said that the woman get to choose in that instant. If the man is a deadbeat and not there, I believe the woman get to choose.
Because
However, here's the flip side of it, where the woman get to choose. A woman get to choose if she carry the baby or not. The man don't have I am told that the man should not have a say in that.
Yeah,
because
the man has a say. The man has a say, but at the end of the day, he has to respect the decision of the woman.
Hold on. It's a different conversation there. Hey, but Anna, before we go, See, sensational music saying, Kems, don't worry, I will marry you. Big up yourself, sir.
Yeah, sensational music. You don't want to have control of your money.
Every
Hey,
one of them stick a
hey,
butter.
Kems. Hey, but on a real note,
Magana
guys,
slavery, Sham. Magana
You
slavery.
understand? She went
Ken's
to
man,
her
J
to
pre
give
and
her a
that kind was a
stipend. Okay,
sensational one, J
there
two,
you
you
go,
know.
girl.
When sensational music turn millionaire and I can stay there.
hey, but really and truly, guys, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it, and hopefully we can all be here next week to discuss. We're not talking about no baby, bring the baby or none of them stuff. Them low that. We're not talking about that. Have a good night, guys.
All right,
Bless,
man.
bless.
All right,
Bye,
bless. Bye,
guys.
everybody.